Board meeting to order at 7:33 in Village Chambers. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Miller and Trustee Jones are currently absent. Trustee Abraham,
Here.
Mayor Thompson,
Here.
Trustee Senior,
Here.
Trustee Tierney. Here. Trustee Horn.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Can we all pause for a moment of silence? Thank you. Item 2 is public comments. I didn't receive any public comment forms, Mayor, so we're going to go into item 3, communications. First, we have flyers like this in the back now. First, I have a town hall meeting on legalized cannabis. This is going to be co-sponsored by the mayor and State Senator Kim Lightford on November 19th, which is a Tuesday, from 6 to 8 p.m. right here at Village Hall Chambers, 2350 South 25th Avenue. Again, that time is 6 to 8 p.m., November 9th, Tuesday. Next, we have Senior Bingo Bash. This is going to happen December 7th on Saturday from 12 noon over at the Beverly Center, located at 3031 South 25th Avenue. Our seniors play bingo every Friday at their senior club meeting over at Beverly Park. They occasionally have bingo bashes where they invite all seniors from communities surrounding and hope to engage and increase their membership. Trustee, did you have another one? Do we have another one from trustees?
When her report, she will make her announcement in
Sounds
her
good.
report.
All right, that concludes communications. Next, we have a development presentation from Ken Buckman on the 1815 to 21 Gardner project.
Is it a presentation?
Hi, everyone. Hello. I'm Ken Buckman from the company Rainey Investments. And what we're talking about today is the building 1815 to 1841 or 51. It's a huge building. You can see it up here on the screen. This is 290, to put it in perspective. This is 25th Avenue exit. This is Indian Joe Road. This is Gardner right here. And this building spans this whole 2.5 blocks here with the yellow around it. And I bought this thing in an auction at the end of December last year. It's not working here going forward, so let's do it manually. It's frozen, IT. Where's my IT guy? Oh, it froze. It was working when you and I tested it. Let's see if we can get it to go to the next. There we go. In short, it's kind of a mess. It's been vacant mostly for 6 years. 40 years ago, it was a productive printing plant, and then it was home to a very successful healthcare products company called Dependicare. But when they left, they've never been able to find another tenant to fill the place. And so since then, it's gone through several investors, and they've had trucking firms predominantly that take up pieces of it, but it's gone into a fair amount of disrepair, and it finally went to auction, and that's when I bought And to give you an idea, whoops, inside, people break into it. You can see the graffiti. You can see we've got mold issues in there. It's not really collapsing, but there are parts of the roof that need to be addressed right now if I keep it a structure. And you can't make this up. There's actually a speedboat inside the building. We had to take the picture just to show. I don't know how it got there. It's like Miami Vice. And there's a big hole in the side of the boat. So whatever was in there, they took. I checked. There's nothing in it. But that gives you an idea of what it looks like now. All right. And certainly the outside and the inside kind of match its appearance. Not something that's a highlight for people to see. So in my 1 year since buying it, initially I wanted to raise the roof on it and turn it into a distribution center because it's so ideally located right off the highway. The costs of that compared to the rents that I could get wouldn't work. So that quickly had to go away. Then we looked at tearing it down and putting a brand new building up. But because of putting in detention ponds and other setbacks, the size of the new building was less than half of the existing building. So that didn't work. Then we looked at condoing it out. So, clean it up, put a new roof on it, put tenants in it. The problem with that is the rents, again, that we can get versus the cost of rehabbing it, combined with the new tax assessor and the taxes that are racing towards industrial buildings in Cook County, made that unfeasible. So that left me with essentially two choices. Either I could sell it to another investor, which has been going on for 6 years, and would be the easy way out, or I could turn it into something pretty. And if I turn it into something pretty, the only thing that pencils out is truck parking. And that's what we're looking at here. So if you look at a plan view, that same plan view here, the building is gone, and depending on how many trailers versus trailers and cabs, somewhere between about 140 and 170 trucks will fit in here. Once we put a detention pond in, once we put soundproof walls up, once we put landscaping up, etc. So when we started looking at this, it's important to note that this is the end of Broadview right here. This is Westchester right here. So I knew that we'd have some complication of neighbors, residents, that have been looking at this ugly building, by the way, for way too long, that I would need to do something that would make them happy so that they're not here in your city council meetings. And I wanted to minimize the impact to Broadview. And the advantage that turned out that we got with this building is this little nub right here. This came with the property. It's a parking lot right now. And it just happens to perfectly allow us to exit on 25th Avenue here and have a single point of entrance and a single point of exit for all the trucks. So I have no truck traffic at all on Gardner Road over here. It's off the highway and back out around back on the highway. So it's the perfect minimal impact to Broadview. And then when we see the pretty pictures, I'm confident that Westchester will feel that we had their interests in heart as well. So the idea is that when we put these trucks in here, there'll be a single gate that opens and closes here. Every single truck will have a special code, as well as this is securely monitored all the way through here, so we know exactly who comes and goes and when. The walls, let's see here, next picture. Okay, so this is just showing that you put up a bunch of pretty trees. This is Westchester right here, again, to put it in perspective, but more visual is this. This is what the homeowners in Westchester will look at. This is the same kind of material, these walls. It's 15 foot tall, so you can't see a thing behind it. You won't see the ugly trucks, you won't see anything. This is the same kind of sound material that you see going up on highways everywhere. If you can't hear car noises, barreling down a highway, we're going to be fine with trucks parking right there. And we do have a couple different options that we put that you guys are welcome to come up here and take a look at. I'm going to leave these behind. We put the one on the presentation that we think is the prettiest. There's one that's got some kind of metal work to it. You want to be my model? Will you be my model? And then there's a couple different finishes down here just to show three different. But this is probably the one that's going to look most neighborhood-like. Yeah. See, you wanted options, right? There's options. So again, remember, these neighbors have been looking essentially at a rotting industrial building for 25 years. This should be a breath of fresh air for them. So hoping that kind of ups the relationship. Here's showing exactly where the trucks go in and out at that nub out on Indian Joe Road. And again, the beauty from where I was sitting is this is Gardner. We don't have to worry about trucks going up and down there at all. They just pull into the parking lot, pull out of the parking lot. And this is, I don't know what the name of the street is. Where's my overview? There's an existing street in Westchester just showing that when the cars come down that street, they're going to see the wall there.
When they're going east.
Yeah, eastbound on it. And this is just showing, we at one point, if somebody says, hey, the wall is too tall. So we showed a 10-foot version, but it's cheaper for me, so I'd love for everyone to do it. But the drawback is, see, you can see the tops of trucks. Yeah, I think it's better if we just hide everything, right? So, oh, I did have one. These are the options up here. And again, this was more of iron kind of in the middle that would have sound material on the back of it, kind of industrial, not real attractive. And down here was a mix of materials, more like concrete colored and a mix of what's up here. Again, showing the options, so we picked the one that was pretty, which is that one. It's the only reason you show options is to pick the one that's pretty. So this is showing lights, because that's the next big complaint of any neighborhoods is what kind of light pollution is there going to be. So we went to an engineering firm. Those are the actual lights, but more importantly, whoops, that's showing what the lights look like. They have these special louvers. It's a fancy word, louvers. They have louvers. But here's the really good slide. What you can't see, all those little numbers, that's showing the amount of light pollution that spills from each. And the point that is most important is when you get to this side of Gardner, there's no light spillage. It's like 0.05 candle watts onto Gardner itself. So the neighbors won't have any light spillage whatsoever. And we figured that was important. And that's the basics. So I would assume that most of you are familiar with this building. It's been there as an eyesore for quite a while. The intent, if you give me the green light, is I will pull a demo permit as quick as possible, and hopefully even still this year start taking that thing down. And then I'll develop it over the course of year 2020. And I myself, my firm, the plan is that we will manage it until we lease it up. So I'll be the responsible one that has to answer to all of you if anything goes wrong. Yes. That's a great question, and we did come out and meet with David and the Safety Council here, about 3 weeks ago, and yes, it is zoned. And the only thing that they asked us to do, which we've got to work in engineering, is if you can see on the board right here, that is not an entrance and an exit for the trucks, but that is going to be some version of an emergency entrance and exit that they requested. That was the only change that we added. Yes?
I do. You said, is there going to be a retention pond on the property?
Yep, this is all part of the property back here.
Right.
So that's all new.
And is that going to be all fenced in as well?
That's a good question.
It's not shown as fenced in.
Yeah.
We can fence
We can if that's something you'd want, or we can fence it right here and let it be a little bit prettier in the neighborhood.
For the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then what about, huh? See what?
Well, yeah, this is residence right here.
They would see the,
This is a house. These are houses right here.
would see the retention pond.
The pond is designed with a slope, so it's not dangerous. It's not a block wall or anything like that.
Right. It's like the one in our village square that slopes down.
Sledding.
Fence around it, and it's just aesthetic. It's a green zone.
Yep.
front of the building so it doesn't look so hard? Is it
This
straight?
is
Are you guys,
what we're showing for landscaping. There's no landscaping at all there right now.
right, there's nothing there now, you guys are actually gonna put in.
Trees and
so
shrubs.
It's a little bit more softer.
Yeah.
Nice and nice. All right. That's
Exactly.
good. You guys are being good neighbors.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
The north side, are you gonna fence that in as well?
Over here?
Yeah.
You bet. Yeah. It's going to be fenced all the way around. The plan was all the way around here so that, again, the only place a truck can get in or out or a person can get in and out is right here because we want to know with their individual codes who's coming and going.
That'll be a hard surface, that parking lot?
Yes.
So it's gotta be redone,
Yes.
because of the weight of the trucks.
Yes. Correct.
Will you be refueling any of the trucks there?
No refueling at this location. No. No service.
That's all I have.
We good? Anything else? All right. I feel like I'm supposed to do more. Am I supposed to do more? It's very pretty in here. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Six years and just sitting there? Oh, yeah. It'd be better than what, it's right across from the,
Okay, Mr. Clerk.
there's no fence, just a chain link. That's kinda,
Okay, that concludes item 3. Next is item 4, consideration to approve the following minutes. Minutes from the October 21st, 2019 regular board meeting.
I would like to make a motion to amend the minutes to modify the minutes to reflect that trustee Horn asked questions related to quantifying the benefits of algae Ronin service in dollars with the intent to ensure the benefits realized exceed the expense versus a gambit of questions.
Is there a second? Hearing no second, that motion dies. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes.
No, I want to review. Can I go ahead and table? I mean, I don't know how you guys feel
Table
about it,
minutes
but,
till we
you
find
know, we
out.
got a trustee making a comment on something. I just want to get some further information on that and discuss it with the mayor, because I know you were going to review some info, as well as the clerk. So is that fine with you guys?
This is definitely okay with me, whatever you
Yeah,
guys want.
I'd rather table it, since there's such an issue.
Do I have a second to table?
Not a gambit, I want it, yeah.
Need a second.
second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Abraham and seconded by trustee Tierney to table these minutes until when, trustee Abraham?
I give it
Next board meeting?
that. Next board meeting, yeah.
Is that fine with everybody? Next board meeting, we can get all our questions answered and review.
Okay. All in favor of the table, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Hearing no opposition, these minutes are tabled till the next board meeting, at which time I'm hoping to have all of your questions, changes, or additions added. All right, next item is item 5, consideration to approve expenditures, grand total of all funds, $973,272.80.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Abraham, seconded by trustee Tierney. Madam President, it's open for discussion.
Thank you. Trustee Abraham, Chairman of the Finance Committee, please read the warrant list.
Yes, Madam Mayor. Maybe I should get this one. Okay. All right. Starting out with our vendor. Alfred G. Ronan, LTD, $4,000. L. Warren Oil Company Incorporated, $16,606.08. AT&T, $6,884.02. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, $152,566.05. Broadview Westchester Joint Water Agency, $228,167.40. Climate Temp Service Group, LLC, $3,423.92. Commonwealth Edison, $4,199.96. Groot Incorporated, $42,096.90. Edwin Hancock Engineering, $57,920. Core and Main LP, $45,618. Lincoln National Life Insurance, $6,990.20. Mid-American Water, $2,521.32. MQ Construction, $347,818.61. Rush Truck Center Chicago, $2,869.50. Sherwin Industries Incorporated, $9,553.42. Timothy J. Hicks, CPA, $4,625. West Cook County Solid Waste Agency, $12,428.94. Our total expenditures over 2,500 is $948,289.32. Our total expenditures is $973,272.80 for a percentage of total of 97%. The funds that will be affected are General Fund, $234,047. Garbage Fund, $54,525.84. Capital Projects Fund, $382,658.61. Water and Sewage Fund, $302,041.35. Grand total, $973,272.80. Also have to report, Madam Mayor, Chase credit card statements per department. The electronic payment is paid every 25th of the month. For the month of September 2019, it is $7,122.46. End of the report.
Thank you. Trustee Horn? Trustee Horn?
Oh, no questions, thank you.
Trustee Tierney?
No questions.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
None.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustees Miller and Jones are absent. Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior?
Yes.
Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
And Madam President, the bills are passed 5-0. Next item is committee reports, item 6. First, we have street sidewalks and alleys. Trustee Senior?
Mr. Clerk, it's
Yes.
4.
Huh?
It's 4, not 5.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Did I say 4-0 or 5-0?
You said 5.
I do apologize. For the record, the bills passed 4-0.
Okay.
All right. Item 6, committee reports, street sidewalks and alleys. Trustee Senior?
Yes, I would like to announce for the Village of Broadview for Public Works. We currently have 3 positions that are open at this present time. We have 1 part-time position and 1 full-time position for Public Works. You could go to the website, www.broadviewillinois.gov, and go to the administration is L. Jones at broadviewillinois.gov for those positions. And also, we have a snow removal labor position, and you can also go to that same website to get the information for the description of the qualifications that's needed for those jobs.
That's it?
And that is my report.
Okay, thank you. Next is, please let the record reflect that 7:56 PM, Trustee Jones arrived to the meeting. Next item is Finance Committee. Trustee Abraham?
Hi, good evening, residents and members of the board. For the Finance Committee, there will not be a meeting for this month of November. We have no updates on anything. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee. Next is the Business License Committee. Trustee Jones?
I don't have a report, but I need a notice from the mayor's office or from Ms. Jones' office as to the status of my iPad. I still haven't heard anything yet, so I'm just waiting.
Okay, so when you was initially given your iPad in 2017, you never activated it for 60 days. So Apple decided to eliminate or disregard it. So we're told that there's some issues going on with your particular iPad, and that all issues should be resolved by tomorrow. So when you get it, please log in and activate it so that you don't have these issues 2 years later.
Well, you guys have had it for 2 months.
But you had it for 2 years.
And I
And so
understand
your
that,
sense of
but
urgency is not
It's
ours.
real simple to just call them up and get another one, but that's okay. I'll
The
wait till
iPad you
tomorrow.
got was brand new,
Till tomorrow, that's fine, I didn't use it,
Okay.
it should be operational.
from 2 years ago. You're absolutely correct. Thank you,
From 2
trustee
minutes
Jones.
ago, 2 years.
Thank you.
That's it for me, for my report.
Thank you. Trustee Tierney for the Fire, Police, and Civil Services next.
Just make an announcement, we won't have any meeting for the Fire and Police Committee until after the first of the year. As you know, our chief schedules are very busy, they've been so active lately, so I'd like to put it till the first of the year, sometime in January.
Very good, trustee.
That's all
Thank
I
you.
have.
Next, we have Water, Drainage, and Health. Trustee Miller is currently absent. Mayor, in her stead, do we have anyone giving a report?
Not tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. Next is Building and Public Property. Trustee Horn.
Good evening, everyone. My report consists of the following. The director, David Upshaw, has been showing village-owned properties that are for sale. The addresses range from 2301 to 2305 Roosevelt Road, 1426 to 1428 Roosevelt Road, and 1516 Roosevelt Road. To date, he's working on updating all the forms, and that is expected to be done by the end of the year. Considering that new projects are pending for the village codes are being updated, and as a result, the next village committee meeting will take place in January 2020 to review all the updated village codes and to get the feedback of the residents. That's my end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee. That completes all of our committee reports. Next item is item 7, old business. We have none at this time. Bringing us to item 8, new business. A, the proclamation designating November 4th through the 16th, 2019, as National Van Lines Days in the Village of Broadview.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Tierney, seconded by trustee Jones. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. National Van Lines have been in business for 90 years, and their CEO chairman is retiring during this time. So the proclamation is, whereas National Van Lines corporate office has been located at 2800 West Roosevelt Road, Broadview, Illinois since 1956, and whereas National Van Lines has been and is one of Broadview's largest employers, and whereas founder Frank J. McKee and his son Frank L. McKee shaped National Van Lines into a successful transportation business, and whereas Maureen Beal, daughter and granddaughter of Frank L. and Frank J. McKee respectively, is currently the CEO and chairman of the board of National Van Lines and is retiring at the end of this year. And whereas National Van Lines will be celebrating its 90th anniversary November 4th through the 16th, 2019. Now therefore, I, Katrina Thompson, Mayor of the Village of Broadview, do hereby proclaim November 4th through November 16th, 2019, National Van Lines Days in Broadview in recognition of the 90th anniversary. Trustee Horn?
No questions.
Trustee Tierney?
No questions.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
None.
Trustee Jones?
No comment.
Mr. Clerk?
Roll call. Trustee Miller is absent. Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior?
Yes.
Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Madam President, this carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Next item B.
I would like to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's got to read it.
You read it first.
Item B, a resolution authorizing and approving a certain marketing agreement between the Village of Broadview and Utility Service Partners Private Label, Inc., doing business as Service Line Warranties of America for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
I would like to make a motion to table this until additional discounts are reflected in the contract for our veterans and active military servicemen and women.
Second.
Been properly motioned by trustee Horn, seconded by trustee Tierney, to table this until which time?
Until additional discounts are reflected for active military servicemen and women and the
That may
veterans.
not be, I would like to rephrase that because we have to go and negotiate those terms. So if they give us additional discounts for not only vets, but for our seniors as well. So we will ask for that consideration. So we would like to have it tabled into the next board meeting.
Okay, so it's been properly motioned by trustee Horn and trustee Tierney to table this item until the next board meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Nay.
Hearing one opposition, this is tabled until the next board meeting. The vote was 4-1. Next item, C, a resolution authorizing and approving adoption of the update of the Cook County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Chief Kenny, you want to tell us about it?
Still need a motion and a
We need a
second.
motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Jones, seconded by trustee Tierney. Madam President.
Thank you, Chief.
So this is just a review. We did this in 2014, and I don't know if anybody remembers, but we had a terrible flood here in 2013. And in order to get assistance from Cook County as well as the federal government, we have to have this agreement. So this is just a repeat agreement from 2014 for the same things. If we're looking for grant money or assistance, this is how we go about it. And this is something that all villages around here are doing.
Trustee Horn?
No questions.
Trustee Tierney?
No question.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
None.
Trustee Jones?
None.
Motion, Mr. Clerk, roll call, please.
Roll call. Trustee Miller is absent. Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior?
Yes.
Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Madam President, this carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Next item, D, an ordinance amending Title VII, Chapter 5 of the Broadview Village Code related to prohibited terms in the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Tierney, seconded by trustee Jones. Madam President?
Chief Uglin, you want to tell us about the prohibited terms?
Good evening, everybody.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
September 18th, the resident at board meeting came and had concerns about all the vehicles from northbound 17 turning eastbound on 14th Street in between the morning and evening rush hours. So in doing so, we conducted a car count basically in that area. Excuse me. Also, we conducted one at 13th Street also and northbound 17th Avenue. The morning hours on September 25th, 71 cars made a right-hand turn on 13th Street within a 2-hour period. The following day, 94 cars at 13th Street. What's happening in the morning is they turn and they want to go up to 16th Street so they avoid the light at 17th Avenue. But with the construction of the library, sometimes they go to 15th. So the ones at 13th Street seem to be just trying to avoid the light itself. And even in the evening times over there, there was 132 cars at 13th Street, and then the next day 139. So even in the evening times, they're using this to avoid that traffic light. So then we came down to 14th Street where the main complaint was. In the morning rush hour, 64 cars turned into the residential area. These cars are going all the way through the 9th Avenue. So they're not even avoiding avoiding the light, they're going straight down the 9th Avenue. The evening rush, this is good, from 5 to 7 p.m., 252 cars turned into the residential area.
Whoa.
So met with the safety committee. What we're recommending is to have no right-hand turn through during certain hours, during the morning rush or the evening rush. But we're hoping to exempt the residents, so we don't keep them out of the neighborhood. And if they have a vehicle tag displayed, they can make the right-hand turn. So it'd be our recommendation to have the no right-hand turn between the morning rush and the evening rush.
Thank you. Trustee Horn?
Yeah, how would you identify cars during that time? Which ones have the village sticker?
You can see it. It's a big orange sticker in the windshield.
Big white
I
one.
mean, no, well,
It's-
I understand it.
It's displayed. As you see, the officer know what to look for, basically,
Okay.
and they know the shape, they know the color.
Okay.
That's
That-
it, Trustee?
that's it.
Okay,
Thanks.
Trustee Tierney?
So we'll be watching them, so give them out tickets.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I have no more.
Trustee Senior?
You think it might get better after the construction is over?
No, I think the construction up there by the library, they're just going to another street. They're just going to 15th Avenue. They see the trucks out of 16th and they go to the next, 15th Avenue. So that's specifically that traffic light they're trying to avoid.
Okay.
Trustee Horn? Trustee Abraham, sorry.
No, I think that's awesome that we're gonna solve that, create a solution. Thank you, Chief.
Trustee Jones?
Yeah, it's long overdue. The Park District and some other folks had actually petitioned to put speed bumps over there at one point in time. But this has been a historic problem for a long, long time. Have you guys, I've got one question aside from just this particular situation. Have you guys taken a look at the left turns coming out of the VA, coming back up 9th Avenue the other way?
Yeah, we've been having one of our officers stationed over there also, and that's the issue too.
So those are the two issues,
Yeah,
right?
the alley over there, also 900 Block Alley, Roosevelt
Yeah.
Road, and then turning into the Heinz property off of 9th
Yeah.
Avenue.
Okay, I'm fine. At least it's a start.
Thank you guys in the safety committee for putting this together, and I think it's important because during those particular hours, and I can only talk about it because I live in the area and I come through town during those times, and right at that corner, what I noticed is we had a paramedic coming down the street and there was cars parked on both sides of the street, so it made it very hard to, pass by. So I'm glad that we're putting something in place, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Clerk?
Okay, so now we'll have a roll call. Trustee Miller is absent. Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior?
Yes.
Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all. Next item. Item E, a resolution authorizing and approving an intergovernmental agreement with the Cook County Department of Public Health for the provision of environmental health inspectional services for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve?
Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Senior, seconded
No.
Horn.
Trustee Horn, seconded by Trustee Jones. Madam President?
Commissioner Upshaw?
Yes, this is the Cook County Health Department. They will continue to do inspections for the Village of Broadview from December 1st, 2019 to November 30th, 2020. That concludes my report.
Trustee Horn?
No questions.
Trustee Tierney?
No question.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
Do they have a schedule, or is it just random when they come out?
It's random.
Okay.
Trustee Jones?
Just for the record, can you list just some of the different inspections that they're gonna be doing for us?
Well, they'll be doing health inspections as it relates to any food, like restaurants, like the Corner Spot Cafe, Pete's, things of that nature. But they'll also be doing health inspections for Target, any places where they're selling some type of food product or consumable products such as pop, chips, things of that nature, gas station, things of that.
Restaurants and so on and so forth. Thanks,
Yes.
Dave. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's it for me.
Okay, Mr. Clerk?
Yes, roll call. Trustee Miller is absent. Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior?
Yes.
Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item F, an ordinance providing for the issue of not to exceed $1,025,000 general obligation limited tax bonds, Series 2019 of the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois, and for the levy of a direct annual tax to pay the principal of and interest on said bonds.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Abraham and seconded by Trustee Senior. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reedy?
Thank you, Mayor and trustees. My name is Tom Reedy with Stiefel. We're the placement agent on the currently contemplated issuance of bonds. Just for the record, this is an annual issuance that the village undertakes to provide funds for the payment of its outstanding alternate revenue source bonds. The December 1st payment is payable in the amount of about $667,000. And then the remaining funds each year are used for capital projects on an annual basis that the village looks to address. The $1,025,000 is the parameter, and there's also other parameters set forth in the ordinance. At this point, we don't have exact interest rates, but we will have that. We actually have a term sheet out to potential investors right now, and we are expecting bids back on the term sheet by the 14th of this month, so another week and a half or so. And at that point in time, we will have interest rates in hand, and this ordinance will authorize the administration to move forward with the bond issue at that time.
Thank you. Trustee Horn?
No questions.
Trustee Tierney?
No questions.
Trustee Senior? Trustee Abraham?
None.
Trustee Jones?
Would this be considered the same as the annual rollover bond that we continue to have from years past?
Yes, trustee.
Okay, the only reason I asked is because I didn't see any language saying rollover in the legislation, so you didn't put it in.
Rollovers.
No need to?
No need to.
Well, I'm just asking.
There's no need to.
So rollover is kind of the terminology, the layman's term, if you will. It is an annual issuance of general obligation limited tax bonds.
Got it.
That's the statutory language. That's more appropriate.
I
But
just I just wanted to get the clarity on the differentiation
Sure.
between what we've had and what we're looking at today and why it's changed,
Yeah.
that's all. So
Yeah,
it's
there's no
it's
need
not
for that.
necessary.
There's
Okay.
no need for that, though, just so you know.
That's
And-
right.
And
That's
you
it
all
for me.
ordained, that's all it means.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Miller is absent. Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Abraham?
Yes.
Trustee Senior?
Yes.
Trustee Tierney?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
And Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all. Next item, item 9, application for the authority to expend funds. We have none. Which brings us to item 10, village clerk's report. Just wanted to briefly thank all who came out and attended the Halloween in Broadview. On last week Halloween, we had some of the most beautiful, cutest kids in Broadview, I'm sure. They were all dressed up in their nice costumes. We had Elvis in the building, Chief Egan. We had Minnie Mouse, the mayor, and everyone was in good spirits that night. We had several first, second, and third prizes that we gave out, plenty of candy to go around, and overall, a general good time. We had a great time. Also, last Wednesday, we had our first complete count committee meeting. And this is where we were talking about the census and census awareness. All of our partners from around the area, the taxing bodies, the faith-based organizations, got together in this room and talked strategy about making sure that the public and the residents are aware of the upcoming 2020 census on April 1st, 2020. We've also set up a training this Thursday with the Census Bureau. They're going to give us all of the strategies, ins and outs of how to go about this the most feasible way, and hope that Broadview gets a complete count much better than we did 10 years ago. Madam President, that completes the clerk's report. Next is item 11, Village President, Mayor Katrina Thompson.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Just
Good evening.
Just a few notes. Trustee Miller did call and state that she would not be attending tonight's meeting because she's ill. So we praying that she get well soon. Also, Trustee Horn had addressed the minutes as it related to how the clerk scribed the minutes. And he scribes based off the conversation that he hears when he reviewed the tape. So that's why, I mean, we don't have a problem with making corrections to minutes or anything like that. That's protocol, but he's gonna scribe it and produce them and give them to the board as he scribes the minute, because he is the official record keeper for the Village of Broadview. And we have some good news. So I'm gonna yield the floor to Chris from Hancock Engineering about some more good news.
We do have good news. The village found out last week that they are again a recipient of the MWRD's Green Infrastructure Program, which we met at the Stickney plant today to try and get final numbers. They don't have them yet. We should have them in 1 to 3 weeks, but it's somewhere around $448,000 grant, which is outstanding to do a couple more alleys in town.
So can we tell them which alleys?
Preliminarily, yes.
Okay.
It is there's some ambiguity because we have to do studies to find out if there's special waste in there. If there is special waste, then those would be cost prohibitive and we'd have to switch. But currently, the plan is to do the east-west alleys north of Roosevelt Road between 16th Avenue and 14th Avenue, so like behind Pete's. And then on the south side of Roosevelt Road, between 22nd and 20th, behind Dunkin' Donuts. So those two short alleys south and the two short on the north side. So the ones behind Dunkin' Donuts is especially bad, so.
Dunkin' Donuts needs it bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
So we're hopeful that results come back good and those are the ones we could do. Like I said, it is possible that they have to be switched up, which the MWD knows and would be fine with.
Thank you, Chris. So on that note, just want to say thank you for coming out and viewing us. Good night and God bless. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been properly motioned by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Tierney. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Hearing no opposition, we are hereby adjourned at 8:17 p.m. Thank you.